Hello, and Happy New Year's. I am bringing you greetings from Los Angeles. As you can see, it's super bright outside. There are birds talking in the background, so please excuse that. But I wanted to share with you an update, but I also wanted to share with you this one simple, seemingly innocent, it's a ritual for me now, but it's something that I do around my birthday and or at New Year's that just shapes the rest of the year. It really does transform the year into ways that I could never imagine. And it'll help with your intentions, it'll help with your resolutions, it'll help with your goals, whatever word you want to use. But this one simple little thing will powerful. So if you're interested, just please continue watching this video. And like I said, I'll also give you an update as well. All right, so you're still here and you want to know about this one simple little thing that's seemingly innocent that will transform your year. Let me tell you, I first heard about this thing from Danielle Laporte, and then I've also heard that like Melinda Gates does it as well. So I know that other people do it. This is not something that I came up with. It's just something that I have incorporated into my life, and it really has made the difference. And thing, this one thing is no more than 3, 4 words max. Determine how you want to feel and how you want to be through words, adjectives, for a period of time. So, let me give you an example. About 5 or 6 years ago, I set a theme word, just one theme word for the year to be pretty, pretty. And I thought I knew what pretty meant or how I wanted it to show up in my life. But the framework around using this word is that it guides every decision that you make, big or small, um, every choice, every thought, everything is grounded in these words. And so again, the word was pretty. And so was chugging along, doing my thing, and then I was at the store and I had to buy something and I was gonna go for practical. And then I remembered, oh, my theme word is pretty. And then I had to make a choice. Am I going to stick to this intention, bringing pretty into my life, or am I just going to go with the things that I've been doing and be practical? And I went with pretty. And I made the choice and then I purchased the item, and that one experience just changed my life altogether. It really drove home how unconscious or conscious we are about staying within our box or staying within our lane. And sometimes you need to stay in your lane, don't get me wrong, but it just really drove home how we set ourselves up to fail. We set ourselves up we set ourselves up to not be happy. We set ourselves up to sacrifice. We set ourselves up to to achieve as well, right? It isn't all negative how we set ourselves up, but it's really the little things that could have as much of a big impact as big events, right? And in this particular time of going through this COVID craziness, the little things count. They actually count more than the big things, at least to me right now, the stuff that I'm experiencing. So it is now January 1, and I'm saying, okay, what is the theme for 2021? I thought I had set it for my birthday. I thought I was very clear. I know what I want the rest of this 365 days to be, and felt pretty good about it. And then my birthday's in November. December was just a hot mess. And that theme word just didn't feel right anymore. It didn't feel purposeful. Now, it didn't mean that I'm going to get rid of the theme word because it still has something to it, but I had to step back and say, okay, really, what am I feeling? And I had a list of a lot of negative words that I was feeling. And okay, well, what is the opposite of these words? Because I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to be in this place anymore. And you could be angry. I know I am. You could be frustrated. I know I am. You could be, overwhelmed. You could be anxious. There's a lot of stuff going around right now, especially due to this COVID pandemic and these constraints that have been placed on us or not placed on us or should be placed on us, and just all this external stuff. And okay, so what did I want it to be? And the word was pleased. I want to be pleased. I want to be pleased with the big choices and the small choices. I want to be pleased with who's in my space and who's not in my space. I want to be pleased with the work that I do and the work that I choose not to do. I want to be pleased. Now, that requires a lot of bravery, I think, coming up. But that's my theme word. The other theme word that I had previously selected was serene, and that's still important to me. So the theme for the next 365 days, more or less, is pleased and serene. So, how do you use these theme words? I mentioned it before, but let me just be very explicit now. They guide everything that you do. Everything that you do, every purchase that you make, every decision that you make, every action that you make, as much as possible, and especially when it's uncomfortable to do so, these theme words that you choose guide those actions, those decisions, those efforts, those outputs. And if you stick to it, promise you, you're going to be amazed, you're going to be shocked, you're going to be challenged, you're going to be pushed, you're going to evolve, you're going to do a lot of stuff because it seems really superficial, it seems very small, a word, and then having to live out that word, and also is going to show you where you're not living out that word and how, and it's going to provide opportunities for you to then live out that word, which may mean making some radical changes. So I was talking to a friend today. She's an accountability partner, but I asked her, what are the three words you want 2021 to represent for you? And one of her words was joy. And then she said gratitude. And I just asked her, well, what's the difference between joy and gratitude? And I just asked her the question because I wanted her to just consider that maybe they're synonyms, or maybe that she's using one just in case she can't get the other one. I didn't want to, the intention for my question was really for her to just be really sure about the word, because if you try to get three or four or five and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then it's out the door. Really, max 3 words, 2 to 3 words is really what you should do. And so as she's discussing it with me, she really just realized, oh no, I don't want to have gratitude, I want to have joy, because for her, a part of having joy is having gratitude. So there's no need to explicitly say I need gratitude and joy. If I have joy, then I have gratitude. And that was what works for her. And so I wanted to share that with you. Also, going back to pretty. So at my store, my local grocery store, they have a thing called $5 Fridays. And it's just a day where, they put stuff on sale for $5 in the store at my grocery store. And back to the pretty era, my space wasn't pretty, right? My living space wasn't pretty, my office wasn't pretty, and I didn't have the resources, the time, effort, or energy to go to some store and to equip my living space and my office space to be pretty. I just didn't have that. And I happened to walk in on a Friday at my local grocery store, and something like this was on sale for $5, a bouquet of flowers. And I was like, okay, they're pretty and they'll add pretty into my environment. And if they're, a certain type of flower, they'll add fragrance to my environment, but pretty will be there and it'll be living. It's a living thing. And so now for good 5 years, I religiously, well, not religiously, but pretty typically, you're going to catch me at the store looking for a $5 bouquet, because it's still a way to keep the pretty in my life. It's still a way for me to stay plugged into that intention, resolution, to that goal, to that theme. It's still a way for me to keep that alive in my space as I have moved on to other words and other themes. So I wanted to just share that with you, that incorporating the theme doesn't have to be this, this expensive process. It shouldn't be expensive. Really, what it should be is thought provoking. It should be soul challenging on some level. It should be gratifying. It should be reflecting who you really are, or who you really want to be, how you really want to show up in the world. It should be you. It really should be you, the best of you. Maybe your word has to be something where you're reminding yourself to eliminate things in life, non toxic, right? Just get rid of all toxic things in my life, right? Or clean instead of non toxic. Um, there's so many ways to interpret the vastness of language out there, but the point is that just pick 2 or 3 words and just really let it guide you for the rest of this year. Now, the other thing that I wanted to do is give you an update. So I tried again to do the 100 vlog update, and I was ready. I had my list, I was set to go. And then life happened again where my family got sick, and I needed to stop and focus and give attention to that. And I learned that my family's going to get sick. I learned that stuff is going to happen, and it's going to be traumatic, and it's going to be crisis, and it's going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to require shifting of priorities, that this is not going to go away. And so if I really want to share how to get your mojo together, if I really want to share what I feel is the truth about business and being a business owner, and stop you from wasting a lot of time and money and effort, then I'm going to have to figure out a better way to get the information out while being able to meet demands that I hadn't expected, being able to meet obligations that I hadn't anticipated. So I don't know what that's going to look like. I'm still committed to these 100 videos. I don't know when or where, why or how, but I'm committed. It might take more than 100 days to get it done, but we'll see. But nonetheless, I just wanted to give you an update, but I also wanted you to just pick a word or two, max 3, that you want to represent you for 2021, and just let it guide you. Let it lead you. Let it provoke you. Let it challenge you. But let it live in your life, front and center. So if you don't like the word, or if you don't want to live with the word, or the word, you're not feeling the word, then pick something else. Pick something good for you. If you want to share, share in the comments below. If you don't want to share, it's okay. If you have more questions about this, ask in the comments below and I'll be sure to respond. But I really hope that your 2021 is the best thing for you, and the best thing to you, and the best thing around you. Look, a hummingbird. Did you see it? I hope you did. All right. So until next time, bye bye.